Hello everyone, Tyler here again with Run Route Recon KC. This is one of my favorite times of year, not only because of the holiday celebrations and the baked treats that usually come with it as well, but also because we have some awesome running events on offer for the holidays. We're just coming out of the weekend of Thanksgiving, which means we had some great events. I just finished the Ward Parkway Thanksgiving Day 10K and 5K. Wonderful event, I absolutely love it. Wish we did a review for it. That also means that two more events are on the approach. We have KC Running Company's Great Santa Run 5K at Johnson County Community College. That video is going to be coming up fairly soon. And then the focus of today's video, the Westport KC Santa Dash 5K. Now, once again, before we get started, some disclaimers. This preview is for the 2022 route, though final course details are always subject to change. This preview is based off of the posted course map on the official race website. For all final details around the race weekend, such as packet pickup and race start times, please visit the official race website, which will be linked in the video description. Now, on to the course. The Westport KC Santa Dash is a 3.12 mile run with approximately 140 feet of elevation gain. Starts and finishes in Old Westport on Pennsylvania Avenue and 40th Terrace. Those of you familiar with Kelly's Old Westport Inn, this is right around the corner. It's really hard to miss. The same route was run for the 2021 and I believe also the 2019 edition of the race. So if you've run at any time in the last few years, this course will look very familiar. For the first time in our videos, we'll actually be including a live profile of the route with gradient and distance and a course track, but a quick warning about the distance data in this video, and this one only in particular. It's going to be a little bit off by about a quarter mile. I, of course, decided to continue straight on Pennsylvania Avenue for a little bit instead of turning left on 40th Street within, I think, the first 500 meters of the course. So it's going to be a little bit off. I will put accurate mile markers that will pop up at 1, 2, and 3 miles in the video along the way to kind of help out. This course is almost entirely blacktop. There is a very small section of concrete sidewalk when you get up and around Metropolitan Community College. I'll be sure to warn you in the video about that too. Without further ado, let's get to the course.
Start area right here at the crosswalk of 40th Terrace and Pennsylvania Avenue. It's a little bit of an increase in grade right out of the gate, and then it flattens out pretty fast. We're going to speed things up through a couple of these flatter and straighter sections and just kind of show you the major features on course, including this left turn. You're going to see the distance jump here about 0.1 mile or so because, of course, I decided to go straight on Pennsylvania Avenue and not turn left. This is only about 400, 500 meters from the start line. You're going to take a left. The major street you see here at the stop sign is Southwest Traffic Way. We are not going to turn on that street. We're actually going to stay in the neighborhood, so a slight right. And then you'll notice on the profile at the top of the page, we start to see a little bit of an incline. A lot of the elevation change on the route comes from this very slow and steady increase over the first about mile or so. It's not terribly severe, so you're not really going to feel it. It's not going to be very obvious, but it does kind of make the first half of this race a little bit tricky. You are going to burn a little bit more energy than if you were completely flat. The first bit of this course kind of zigzags a little bit. In fact, we are crossing over Pennsylvania Avenue, which is technically crossing over the finish straight of the course. This is early enough and the finish straight is late enough that you're not going to see any traffic with runners themselves. Something you don't often think about when it comes to courses like these are speed bumps. So there's a couple of speed bumps on the way up and a couple speed bumps on the way back. Especially if you're planning on running in the front of the pack, these speed bumps can be a little bit tricky to get over. Make sure you watch your footing. Do not trip over yourself because that is very easy to do, only because I have done that before. This short climb here is a little bit steeper than the climbs from before. This is getting us up to Metropolitan Community College, where we're going to swing around the campus and then come on back. This one does sting a little bit, and we are right about halfway through the course here. little bit of a twist in our course here. We are actually going on to sidewalks here for a little bit, unless they've changed anything this year compared to years previous. And it's also implicated on the official course map that we're going to be running on this sidewalk for a little bit. If there's any traffic, the sidewalk is narrow. It's not a wide sidewalk, so something to keep in mind there. And we're not going to come off of the sidewalk until we get up to the Early Childhood Development Center here at MCC. You will have course monitors, or should have course monitors and cones directing you onto and off of the sidewalk here. When you see the playground on the left, you are approaching the Early Childhood Development Center. A little bit of a skip in the video here because I also did not take the turn off of the sidewalk, so you'll see a little bit of a jump in distance there as well. We're not quite at 2 miles, even though the distance says that. I'll show you where the second mile marker is here in just a second. As we enter into these neighborhoods south of Metropolitan Community College, another thing to keep in mind is these roads are a little bit shaky. There's a lot of potholes, a lot of chip seal, and just general things to trip on. We are well over halfway through this 5K, so no doubt everybody's going to be getting a little bit tired if they're racing this, so it's going to be easy to not pay attention to these things and trip. Final turn here onto Pennsylvania Avenue, which is the finishing straight. The distance in the lower left-hand corner says 5K right now, but you have about a quarter mile left. This is also downhill, so it should be a pretty fast finish.
And that's it for me, guys. Thank you for joining me for another course preview here at Run Route Recon KC. Please like and subscribe this video, follow us on YouTube, and also you can follow us at Twitter and Instagram at Run Route Recon KC. And of course, we have a website as well for that has all of our videos, including way back videos and course previews that were written out that, who knows, maybe sometime in the future we'll repost if they are indeed still applicable, of course. That is at runroutereconkc.com. Thank you again so much for joining us. Have a happy holiday, and I'll see you guys out on the run course.